Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got yet another Legends of Runeterra video for guys today. And today we are going a little bit clickbaity with the thumbnail because I said SHEN GALIO, but it's actually a 3-champion deck that we're featuring today. SHEN, Jarvan, and Galio as a one-off. So essentially this is the evolution of the Shen Jarvan midrange archetype, one of my personal favorite competitive archetypes in Legends of Runeterra, as it features a very challenger dense curve from Demacia paired with Shen. Shen with Demacia has been a thing ever since the very beginning of the existence of this game, really. Like the first portions of, you know, the open beta English, Shen paired with Fiora a lot, right? And then afterwards, Fiora got nerfed. She became a 3-2, which is just, man, they butchered her really hard. And Jarvan came out, and Shen Jarvan ultimately became a thing. But now, thanks to Ali Doeri, we have a 3-2-1 champion split with Galio in the mix, and I am a big fan of it. But something that's also really important for this deck that actually does a lot is Sign-In. Sign-In is just a really strong card that allows us to not run out of gas. The combination of Sign-In and our striking draw units, I mean River Shaper and Lawrence Chevalier, makes it so that even though we're a Demacia-based mid-range deck, we got a lot of ways to refuel. You know, we're not Bandle City level, but we're pretty decent at not running out of gas. And that's something that Shen Jarvan decks have struggled with in the past. I mentioned Ali Doeri. Even though my version is a bit different than his, I've made some very slight alterations. Like the Lawrence Chevalier that I mentioned, I've always been a fan of this card as a one-off in Shen decks, because when you play Shen in a mid-range list, I like having four drops, right? Like 3 Shens and 1 Chevalier allow me to be able to curve out a bit better than usual. And Lawrence Chevalier is a very good unit that is essentially the counterpart of River Shaper, right? Pairing this guy with barriers allow us to generate more and more challengers, which make it so that we keep generating value, don't run out of gas, but not fill up our hand with just spells, right? Because River Shaper can be a little bit, I mean, this card is great with barrier support, right? But the thing is, if you're only drawing spells, eventually you can reach a point in which you have just the hand filled with Sharp Sights and Golden Aegis and just no units to actually threaten the opponent with, right? So I like Lawrence Chevalier as a one-off because of that. And I'm also a big fan of Riposte. I think Riposte is really solid in this meta, even though there are pings running around here and there. There's a lot of instances in which combat is very important to hit them hard. And for example, against matchups like Pantheon, being able to get +3 power is really important to be able to take down their faded units before they spiral out of control. So that's why I do like this card as a one-off. But I think the rest of the deck is pretty much the same as Ali Doeri's version. I'm running 2 copies of Twin Disciplines because I feel like 3 Sharpsight and 3 Twin Disciplines, that's always been a bit excessive for me. Personally, and I do value Sharpsight a little bit more, even though Twin Disciplines does a lot. I feel like this distribution works out really well, and that's the deck list right there. It's, again, nothing new. Like yesterday's build, it's a pretty established archetype, but one that is honestly very fun to play, very intuitive as well, and just a very strong deck. Even though it struggles against Pantheon decks and also Improbulator, which is the deck that I showcased yesterday, it still has a lot of very decent matchups, and I feel like every matchup is ultimately winnable with a deck like this because we get access to, you know, Demacia. Like, people talk a lot about Bandle City, including me, right? But Demacia is also in a bit of a sketchy situation right now because they have really strong spells, right? And we're seeing a lot of like Bandle City being mixed with Demacia because of cards like this. And we'll see if Golden Aegis eventually gets targeted in the upcoming balance patch, because there is a legitimate argument for it. You know, there's a lot of Rally running around. You know, Rally used to be my favorite champion. Now it's a bit too mainstream. You know, I gotta stay hipster and stuff. So it's my sub-favorite champion, I guess. let's degrade it to that. But ultimately, I feel like, you know, this region does have some issues, and they lie more within the spells than within the units themselves, because a lot of people like to talk about Petrified Broadwing, but I feel like this card is honestly fine, though that's just my opinion. It's just a good 2-drop, you know, but it does have its drawbacks as well. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Spotters. Aggro Spotters, round 1. I do like the Protege, and I like the single combat as well. We don't have a 1-drop, but I don't think we have to mulligan aggressively for it. We're just mulligan away the rally effect. We take the hit from whatever 1-drop's coming, and then we try to stabilize from that point onwards. No 1-drop! Oh my god. Well. Yeah, we're not gonna attack. We're gonna make sure we slow them down as much as we can. We prevent them from playing Elise on curve. And now there's that. I think before drawing, we just focus on stabilizing. We're not here to play a value game. That's fine. We take 4 damage from that. It's okay. That's all right. Man, I could play. I want to play Shen though.
I walk the space between worlds.
I'm gonna play on curve. Like, I could develop another protege and keep single combat open, but at this stage of the game, like, I'm not really that worried.
Oh, then rise to the stars.
Alright, oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
It must be done.
Now I do want to keep my Silk Combat open. I think it's perhaps River Shaper. I smell a skitter in the mist. So I want to make sure I have Silk Combat enabled here. Okay, no more threat of skitter.
You're covered.
Duty, selflessness, heavy burdens.
Come closer. I don't bite.
Yeah, right.
You are hardly fair.
We smack him hard.
Balance has been maintained.
We'll go for the rally to try to prevent their skitter setup here by leveling up Shen. This is fine because what we do,
I find them unworthy.
Protect and strike.
we challenge him back. We get the barrier boost that we talk about. Nice.
Everything as it should be.
Yep. It's not a video if we don't face darkness. So we have Fleet Feather Tracker here. We have River Shaper. All these are vulnerable to like a. The problem with River Shaper is that it dies to darkness really early on. But with Shen support, maybe we can get somewhere. I'm gonna keep this curve. I mean, this is a pretty good curve. We'll see if we can withstand. Play bird. I'm gonna pass here. I want to keep the mana for Sharp Sight and go for River Shaper here.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Only I can command.
Yeah, I knew they had something like that, and they were waiting for a hit here.
form will the waters take?
So we get some nice card advantage out of that.
The eye of twilight sees all.
I could go for a single combat here, which prevents, you know, the progression for darkness and allows me to remove that blocker.
From the river folk.
That sharp side is worth it for us because we preserve our Shen and we get a massive hit off right there, which is really important. And if they want to develop Senna now, then we can just consider Striker. We have several options here. We could resort to a sharp sight, just play defensively, or we could just let Shen go because it's still a 3-mana darkness that would have to happen. I want to play Sign-In and just draw through my deck, as they're just forced to do that. And now we can play Galio, I think, or play another Sign-In. There's options here. Do I like Galio? I mean, Galio feels pretty strong here.
Come on then, let's get to fighting.
With double challenger, like, this is a very strong attack. They have to combine like Vile Feast plus Vengeance, yeah. We still keep a very powerful Petricide Broadwing, and we're just continuing to apply a lot of pressure.
The elements bind the living and the dead.
I like Golden Aegis here. Now we do this. We have a barrier to stop their attack there. We can play Bryce the Protector onto this.
My shield is yours. I understand.
Yeah, you understand now. You understand you're gonna lose. I don't know why I have that accent. Die! Got him! Oh, got him clean! Got him clean. Banana. And they're playing Improbulator. Very, very cool and good deck right now, I think. That's not, you know, Bandle City. I really... It's definitely a very enjoyable deck to play, and it does exceptionally well against this here. We're gonna see if we can navigate around it. We're gonna Molino away Golden Aegis. I mean, Fleetfoot Tracker is just like dead to so many things. But I'm gonna keep the sharp side because it allows us to dodge certain variants of removal. I need to be able to apply some pressure here. Maybe there are ways around, because we have a lot of card draw, so maybe we can try to outvalue them, but it's gonna be tricky for sure. I can't ever say no to a 1-drop though. I'm sorry, Banana, I need to focus. spider. Man, we just play into a static shock. Maybe I should have mulliganed a bit more aggressively, like the sharp side, but sharp side has a lot of utility here. And if they do go for that ping, then we can go for a sharp sight and clear what the spider. It just doesn't feel great. Feels pretty bad actually, but we're gonna take the little value we can get. Yeah, this is rough. No matter how you look at it, this be rough. We promote Jarvan's level up this way as well, so the value's not like it's there. It exists.
Well, what have we here?
All right.
I walk this space between worlds.
Let's investigate.
May as well get the value up with this. I could play Bryce Steel Protector to try to protect.
My shield is yours.
Honor dictates both our actions.
Another Static Shock. Yeah, Static Shock is just really good against this. Alright.
As it had to be.
Oh, I disagree, Shen. I don't think it had to be like that. That's pretty negative thinking, but whatever. The truth is, it is like that, though.
It's an awesome day for progress.
We're getting drowned in value. We're getting drowned in value without barely pushing any dimension.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot. Scoping the area.
I'm going in. Maybe there's a miracle in which we actually connect here, because this would be lethal, right? Math? It's lethal, I think. Yeah, 11. Yeah, it's actually lethal. So it does force shit out. But I mean, the fact that we have 2 units vulnerable to, well, okay, that's an expensive. So no static shock, that's for sure. Jarvan, can you do this for us? Can you do this, Jarvan?
Saying calling card from our other case.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
Gotta play Shen. Shen is pretty thick, so oh no, is it Tri-Beam time? Uh-oh, I think it's Tri-Beam time. And Tri-Beam is not, oh, oof. Well, that's actually not that great. Yeah, we gotta play you.
We swim within the flows of magic.
We gotta try to go for an swing. And trade into that.
I said that way.
Alright. No!
Swoop me, boys.
Crabby time. Maybe we could top deck a Jarvan? Top decking a Jarvan would be pretty legit here, actually.
No closer.
top decking a Jarvan would be pretty. I mean, this enhances the chances of an upcoming flash bomb hitting my Broadwing. But even if that's the case, I don't care. As long as I top deck. If I top deck a Jarvan, we win. If I top deck a Jarvan, it's heart of the cards. We have one more Jarvan left in the deck. I gotta believe. I gotta believe. I gotta believe. I always will believe, no matter what. I believe. I never believe. Believing is stupid. I mean, that's not a bad top deck, but we're gonna get flash bombed here. We can't even consider strike this. Oh my god. Alright. You're nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is a good top deck, but Jarvan would have been better. Jarvan would have been great. Uh-oh. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks real hard. It's a funny pool. I mean, we'll just hold this back. No, 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 please. I mean, eh. It is what it be. Do I kill this with concerted? It is spawning like blockers on me. What else am I gonna consider strike that's gonna be like more of a deal? I think I just get rid of this. I think I just try to apply pressure. Okay. All right. I mean, Galio's pretty good. The problem is I can't pair these two.
Spot on the trail.
Two worlds, one balance.
I said gateway!
We gotta take this hit.
Let's investigate.
Immediately.
Now be wait.
I'm awake. Must be some magic about.
Balance and imbalance.
Oh, what is this? Stupid!
I mean, no matter what, we just lose, right? Unless we can top deck. It has to be a Consider Strike, I think. Consider Strike, or I mean, Total Combat. Actually, it's a 2 health, right? Golden Aegis would be good. Oh man, Golden Aegis would be neat. But we are at Decimate range. Actually, this game was actually much closer than I expected it to be. I think I played pretty optimally. Like honestly, like I did what I needed. Maybe I threw that, but I mean by going for that Consider Strike, I forced that Scorched Earth out of him. Yeah, the Farron does it. Farron does it. GG. Good game. Cry every 10. Well, this matchup's a rough one. Because their units just get ridiculously big. We have Fleetfoot Tracker into Protege with double Sharp Sight. I'm just gonna mulligan away everything for the track except for the tracker. Try to find a bit of a more potentially snowball-y opening. No matter what we attack here, because if they have a 1-drop, it's the one turn when it's actually a 1-drop and not just like an insanely huge unit.
I will die when I am ready.
I
feel like trading with this. Because if they have a Yumi in hand, then we just compromise their unit there. Maybe they don't have a 3-drop.
River shape the land and give it life.
We can play River Shaper. Yep.
Sweep them away. What form will the waters take?
I like my free draws.
I bring clarity. Water changes but never breaks. Look sharp. The fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
I'm trying to out-tempo them. Repose is really neat, but at this point I'm trying really hard to just outpace them.
I find them unworthy.
Block this.
From the river folk.
Alright.
Enforced equilibrium. No further. What form will the waters take?
We were never fated to bow.
Let's pass here.
The fight never ends.
So I wanted to lead off with a Concerted Strike because Bastion will cancel the single combat, and now they can't concerted me back. What if they single combat me? That means, okay, so if they single combat that, then he would go down to 1. But this, he cannot single combat this with Pantheon is what matters. 1 + 4. Which means we have to go with this. I want to keep my flexibility with Sharp Sight and with Twin Disciplines. That's nice.
From the river folk.
Nice. Hey! Hey! That's a bit of a premature concede though, because they're gonna level up the Pantheon, but we got him!
You fought with honor.
Ah, fuck him. Lurk. In the middle of the forest. Like whenever I see, I mean, it's the standard board. I'm just messing, right? But it's not the most fitting. We're gonna drop you and you, and I think we're keeping Protege and Shen. Maybe we could mulligan a bit more aggressively, but I really like my Shen. Shen is particularly good in a matchup like this as it allows me to trade into stuff. And Petrified Broadwing is a godsend here. Unless they... Okay. Wow. I can't remember last time I saw Lurk miss their turn 1 Lurk. Fantastic. Wait, what? What? Okay. Okay. They haven't conceded. That shows mental resilience. I would have been out of there so fast.
When we look ahead, we know how to prepare. It can be undone.
Alright, we're just gonna curve out here.
The fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
I don't understand that play. I wasn't even gonna attack if they passed, honestly, because they must have like multiple Rek'Sais. That seems pretty wild. We have Stand United, which actually does a lot for our blocks here. That's quite a bit. I could go for the Golden Aegis. Okay, so they do have double Rek'Sai. Golden Aegis seems like a pretty solid option because it protects our Shen and allows us to retaliate. They want to attack with Rek'Sai, that's fine.
See what I've learned?
I honestly think at this point we'd just trade these. Well, I mean, we get a pretty clean like setup with sign in here, but I really don't want to take that much damage. We just pass here. They're gonna lose that Rek'Sai. We can sign in now. I mean, they could have a. I mean, they drew that and they played it, right? So it's not a pike spell. I'm just worried about a pike spell, but I think this is fine if we do this. Because they're up to 4, which means pike's at 5. Pike can no longer kill my... Alright.
I sense an imbalance.
I kind of want to do this. No, it doesn't kill. Never mind. It's too thick. That's why I like Riposte as a one-off, though. It can allow for some neat trades here. We have this plus... So... I don't think I need to get greedy here. If I go for Golden Aegis... I mean, this levels up my Shen. I'm gonna pass. They have to attack. The thing about Lurk is that they have to attack, right? Otherwise, they miss out on gains. So you can play very passively against them and wait for their attack, which allows us to just do all sorts of neat things here. Okay, so we could also just riposte. Like I don't think we need to go for Stand United. I feel like we let Sinon die here. We go for riposte. Because it allows us to remove the Undertitan as well. And we have room to play one of our units here, like a Lauren Chevalier, for example. Or even River Shaper. This is a good trade. We barely take any damage. They could have a Bone Skewer, right? But even that's not the end of the world, by any means. Maybe they have a Pike spell, but if they do, that's fine at this point. Like, I think we just... I'm gonna go double Challenger.
Your form is good, but that ponytail. Good.
Thank you, cousin.
There it is. There's the pike spell. All right.
As it had to be.
Come on. Don't be like that, Shen. We're gonna retaliate. Galio would be neat, but I wanna retaliate onto that fucker.
The eye of
While keeping our
sees all.
Consider Strike open.
So I go.
You will remember this.
Run them through. Hardly fair.
What if we trade those two? I think we could trade Shen at this point, honestly. As long as we get rid of the pike. We could go for the sharp side as well. I think I really like sharp side. We keep our mana open because we want to make sure we have a comfortable conservative strike here. Once they generate another pike spell, which would be... Oh. I mean, they still need... Well, I mean, I should have taken that into account. Like, they have that in the Ruthless Predator, right? Yeah. Alright.
It can be undone.
This is my opponent.
Water changes but never breaks.
I'm going wide, I'm going with sign-in.
Strike, we will reform. What form will the waters take?
So if we drag those three...
You call this a fight? Aha!
Fight me, I dare.
I smell blood. I'm going for the kill. Got him! Got him, baby! Okay, that turned out into a game, despite the beginning. Not bad.